We've been talking about the people of the Seventh Earth, how they view those of the Fourth Estate, and of course how the people of the Fourth Estate see those of the Seventh Earth. And our case study was Cameroon for obvious reasons. Complaints have been coming from the Seventh Earth that the people of the Fourth Estate are not paying any attention. Okay, let's find out for someone who has been in both domains, somebody who has actually experienced both ends. Kenneth Ngamne is the resource person on this show, and he now joins us from Minnesota so that we look at this thing. Okay, Kenneth, welcome to the show.
Thank you once more, Mr. Ernest, and definitely always a pleasure giving my contribution as resource person for Africa Radio.
Kenneth, the reason I brought you to talk about this topic is not just because you are, member of the Seventh Art. It's also because you've kind of had a lot of, how do I put it? You've been a lot, with journalists, people of the Fourth Estate. Let me call it that way. Let me put it that way. And you know how both sectors function. But now, let us look at it specifically with your own film industry, Cameroon. Would you say at this point in time that the relationship between the media in Cameroon and the film industry is something we can say we are proud of?
Thank you very much once more, Mr. Ernest, for that question. And I want to say that the first two people who talked about this, I was really very impressed with their contribution on what they said. And just to add a little tip on what they said, usually before I start, I will give my quote, and my quote that I'm going to give right now has to do with what we are talking about. One has to grow up with good talk in order to form the good habit. There is a better way every single day to move ahead. We need to imitate these good habits, and we have to grow with them. What I'm just trying to say here in a nutshell is that the Cameroon media is not imitating this good habit. That is one of my biggest problems. The issue that is going on with the Cameroon media is exactly the same thing that I'm seeing that is going on with Southwesterners and Northwesterners in Cameroon. That is one thing which I hate, division. And that is what is killing the Cameroon movie industry today. If we see the success, just like Kanjo said, when he granted an interview in Ghana, he was given 2 hours. But in his own country, Cameroon, he was given 2 minutes. How can you give somebody 2 minutes to come and brand a movie? We need the media. Without the media, the movie cannot succeed. The Nigerian industry is succeeding today because the media is behind it. The Ghanaian industry is succeeding today because the media and the government, they are behind it. The Cameroon government and Cameroon media need to be behind Cameroon movie industry for Cameroon movies to succeed. Grant these guys interviews, give them opportunities, show their movies on our screens time and again. When you do something continuously and professionally and effectively, even if you start and it starts as if it is not really that good, but you keep on consistently, you will get there. It is the same thing to do with Africa Radio. Africa Radio is what it is today because you have been very consistent. We are doing the 75th show of Africa Radio today, and I bet you the membership increase from day in, day out. That is what it takes. That is what we talk about, the use and the effect, the positive effects of media on our movies. We need them. They need to showcase our works. They need to show what we have done. They need to be carrying them on TV. They need to grant these guys interviews. And with that, our people will consume the movie and the world will consume our movies. Charity, they say, begins at home.
Charity, they say, begins at home. Kenneth, let's get this straight now. The people of the media are saying that you guys do something that will attract us. And even within your own sector, which is the movie sector, some people are saying that, no, let's start doing something, and when it is attractive enough, these people will come after us. So, tell me, what is the problem? Is it that you're not doing enough, or you expect the media to come, and probably force you to do what they want you to do?
The point is that when they are saying that we are not doing enough, what do they want from us that we are not doing? Secondly, when they say we are not doing enough, it kind of make you want to cry. Because When I look at the Cameroon movies that we do today, I see quality, I see value, I see everything, I see talent, I see knowledge. Look at the Nigerian movie industry, for example. Go back to the yesteryears when the Nigerian movie industry started, when we started buying them. What were they doing? But they were consistent. The people were behind them. Like I said, when the government is not behind this specific form of advancement, it cannot move. The Nigerian government stood behind them. Just like when they talk with Titus gave you, said we used to have our programs like the Esola, and it's the same thing like we used to have people like, how do they call this, people like Gringori in Nigeria. These guys, they became very popular doing the same thing that people like Tani Kondom and Esola, they were doing back in Cameroon, Jean-Michel Kankan and all this sort. But how did all these people ended? The problem with the Cameroon movie industry, the problem is that our media is not pushing us. They are using our media specifically for their political gains. Develop this industry. It is a very, very enriching industry. It will even provide enough employment. Most of Nigerian youths today, they don't depend on Nigerian government for work. They go out and look for job, and most of the actors and actresses, they are wealthy today, they are popular, they are well known just because this government decided to develop this industry in Nigeria. That is what we need from them. So when they say we are not doing enough, they want to make me cry. Is it that Nina's Dowry is not good enough? That is one of that movie won countless awards. Is it that Decoded is not good enough? Is it that the movie that Kanye just did is not good enough, that he was granted only 2 minutes on his own media and 2 hours in the media in Ghana? It makes one want to cry, Mr. Ernest Kanjo.
Now, Kanya Kwai and others may be proactive, which means that they go to the media and tell them, this is what we're doing and we want to get it exposed. On the other hand, there are other producers, other filmmakers who stay in the background and expect the media to come. And then the media have also complained that you do movies, we don't get to see them. So what kind of movies are you doing when we cannot have access to them? So how do we promote you in such circumstances, Kenneth?
Yeah, very good. Another good question. Like, again, in as much as I'm blaming the media, if we have people who are producing movies and they are not taken to them, I'll blame them too. Like the saying goes, Muhammad went to the mountain did not come to Muhammad.
Right.
We consider the media to be the mountain. We have to go to that mountain and get our presentation. So it is our place to go to the media and take it to them, force it to their throat. If they say it is not good enough, let them watch it and criticize it. It is from these criticisms that we will be able to construct. There is nothing. Okay, look at it, Mr. Ernest.
Right.
Is there anything that you build that you do not destroy? Before you construct even a house, you have to destroy that soil to lay the foundation. So they have to criticize us. They have to look at our products. They have to tell us the shortcomings. They have to tell us that it does not meet the standard, and then they have to give us the standard that they want us to meet. And definitely we will meet them. We have potential. We have talent. We have beautiful Cameroonian movies out there. Very good Cameroonian movies, but they are not known. Nobody knows them. Look at a movie like Great Obligation. Look like a movie like A Great Obligation. I watched this movie online. I cried. This is a very good and well-told story. You see, and I don't understand. So I don't get it. What do they want? Are they telling us what they want? The main problem that we are facing in Cameroon, the most important aspect that we have in Cameroon, which would have been a very big plus for us than any other country in the world, is the fact that we are bilingual. That is a big credit. But again, they are using it for the wrong reason in Cameroon. They are using it to sideline the Anglophones. Right. And like I said earlier, charity begins at home. If you don't keep your house clean, don't expect a stranger to come and clean it up for you.
If you don't clean your house,
if we don't stop this southwest, northwest thing that is going on in Cameroon, then the Frenchman himself will never recognize us like anything.
Right. So if you don't clean your house, don't expect a stranger to come and do it for you. Kenneth, I'm going to beg that we end it here for today. We've just begun this conversation, and it's definitely going to continue because we have to bring people of the media on board as well, so that the debate can be balanced. Kenneth, thank you so much.
Thank you once more, Mr. Ernest, and it's always a pleasure. And for the plus, continuez avec ce que vous êtes en train de faire. Je suis tellement
Merci
content de
beaucoup,
vous. Merci.
mon frère. Thank you so much, Kenneth. And we just have indications that Nana Ampem, who is a journalist, has to get to us to give his own viewpoint. Thereafter, we shall close the doors of this edition of African Cocktail. Thank you so much, resource person Kenneth Ngamne. We'll await the arrival of Nana Ampem with some music.